copy button, and then you will be notified here that the link was already copied. So just close this one, and if you want to join on that meeting later on, just simply open the link that you have copied. Then that is just for the later meeting. So next one, if you want to schedule your meeting for future or for the following days and weeks, just simply click the schedule in Google Calendar button, and it will direct you to this window. So you will be asked to fill some information. For example, the add title. So for example, there will be an option there for your schedule for the date. You can set to any date, for example, for tomorrow. Then for a specific time, you will be asked. So for example, we have 8 then to 5. So that means that your meeting is available from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. So the whole day. But if you want that your meeting will be all available the whole day without specific time, just simply click the all day, and it will be available 24 hours. Then after that, you may add or you may customize some options there. For example, the location, if you want to be notified. Then for the colors, if you want, you can change it to any colors. Then if you want to attach some files for meetings needed, so you can attach some files, and you may add some descriptions here. So that is the description. So there is also an option here to copy some meeting information. Just click this button, the copy button, and you will be notified that you have successfully copied the information. Then after you have filled in all the information, just simply click the save button. And there you go. Your meeting is already scheduled on your desired date. For example, that is on 28. So if you want, and if you forget to copy the link of your meeting, just simply click the ISCOF-CARES on your schedule, and you can copy here the link. And you can see also some information of your meeting. So just close it afterward. So that's it if you want to schedule for your meeting. The next one is if you want to have a meeting instantly, right away. So just simply click this start an instant meeting button, and it will direct you immediately to the meeting. So you can copy the link by clicking this button, the copy button, and you may send this to whoever you want to have a meeting with. If you're done copying, just close this one. So in this meeting, you are the host of the meeting. So before you start, you may customize first your meeting. So just like for example, you can mute or unmute your microphone by clicking this mic button here. So I am already muted, then I will unmute it. And next, you can also turn on or turn off your microphone, or your camera rather. just like this one. If you don't want to be seen, just turn off your camera. So that's it. And as a host, you have also the control over of your participant, especially on muting your participant. You can mute right away your participant. So some customization available here is just like, for example, if you want to change the background, just simply click this more option button and select this change background, and you will see some options for the background, and you may choose whatever you want to be your background. So this time I want this as my background, so automatically your background will be changed. And after that, just simply close. And now to admit your participant, you will be asked and or notified to admit your participant. So if you want to admit, just simply click the admit button, and if you want to deny the entry of the participant, or if you don't want that person will be in your meeting, just click the deny entry. So admit, and there you go, you have already your participant. Another thing here is the another features of this Google Meet is if you want to record your meeting for your future use, so just click the activity button here, activities button, and there you have options recording and whiteboarding. So if you want to record your meeting, just click this recording and click the start recording button, and then confirm to start, and your recording starts. So that's it. So you will see here the red one. That means that your meeting is on record. So to stop the recording, just again simply click the stop recording button, then confirm the stop recording. So your recording will be saved to your Google Drive. So that's it. Another features in the activities is the whiteboarding. So whiteboarding, so just click the whiteboarding, then click the start a new whiteboard. So you will be creating a jam. So if you want to, that someone will be can access your whiteboarding, you can send it to them. While on the meeting, you can actually write some here if you want, or do something while on the meeting. That's it. Then if you want to close, just simply click this close button, and that's it. And that is for the activities button, one of the features of the Google Meet. So just simply close. And now we'll proceed to screen sharing or presentation. So this time, all you need to do is just click the present now button, and you have three options there, whether you would like to share your entire screen, a window, and a tab. A tab is best for video and animation, so with the one with audio. So first we'll try to share your entire screen. So just simply click your screen, then click the share button, and now your screen is being shared or presented. So for example, you want to present this presentation, So that's it. And if you want to end, just simply click the stop sharing button and your sharing ends. So go back to your meeting. Next, we'll try to present a window. So again, go back to present now button, click a window, and select which window ang i-share mo. So for example, again, this is a presentation. Just click the share button, and then that's it. So if you want to end, just again, simply click the stop sharing button and go back to your meeting. And the last one, go back again to present now button and a tab. So this is best for video with audio. So for example, we'll present this YouTube video of ISCOF promotional video. So just click again the share button and it will direct you to YouTube tab. So you can actually enter a full screen of this one of the YouTube and play. So that's it. So just exit the full screen, and if you want to end the presentation or the sharing, just simply again click this stop button here. So your presentation ends. So that's it for screen sharing and presentation. By the way, you can actually chat with your meetings. Just simply click this chat with everyone button, and you can send a private message. So just make a message and send, and your participants can do the same. So just simply close. So you can also see the participant by clicking this show everyone button. So just close, and this host control buttons. So you can set the setting of your meeting. So that's it for the meeting as a host. So we'll proceed now to a meeting when you are a participant. So if you want to end a meeting as a host, just simply click this leave call button and click the end call. So your meeting ends. So return to home screen. So given an example that you are now a participant, so you will be sent a link by your host or from your host. So given an example that the link was sent via email. So this is your email. So just click the link and it will direct you to Google Meet. So this is your screen. But before you join a meeting, you can actually customize first your screen. For example, as a participant, always remember to mute your microphone unless you are being asked to talk. So your camera is optional, whether you'd like to be seen. Just turn on your camera. So if you don't want to be seen, just turn off your camera. So this time we'll try to turn on our camera. So again, you can customize your background. Just click the change background button here, and you can select backgrounds below. So this time we will try this background. You can actually also customize some more settings by clicking this more options button. You can change again background. You can do it here. So you can turn on the captions or the settings. So if you're ready, if you're good to go, just click the ask to join. So just wait until the host uh, lets you in or admit you. You are admitted. So that is your screen as a participant. In terms of screen sharing and presentation as a participant, it's just the same setting or options as to the host. You can present actually by just clicking the present now button here. Then you can also customize by clicking more options here. You can do the whiteboard. You can change the layout by the way to see more participants or para makita mo nga ang meeting mo. You can drag this till the end of the line, then close. Then you can turn on the captions also here. So another one is that as a participant, you cannot record a meeting. So let's see on the activities here. So only a host can record a meeting. So as a participant, you can do only whiteboarding. So you can do jump board. So close. Then you can actually see meeting details here. Just click these meeting details. And you can actually see your co-participants and the host by clicking this show everyone button. So again, settings are just the same with the host. It's only that a participant cannot record a meeting. So that's it for a Google Meet. Oh, by the way, if you want to end the meeting as a participant, just simply click the leave call button. So I hope you have learned something or you learned something. And good luck. Enjoy using Google Meet. Now, let's practice. Create an instant meeting using your iscof.edu.ph account. Invite participants to your meeting. Record your meeting. Interact using the chat box. Mute or unmute your microphone and turn on and turn off your camera. Share your screen and present a slide or two. Upload the recording of your meeting on our Google Classroom. That's it. Good luck and enjoy.
Okay, good morning, everyone. So that video was actually the tutorial for creating a Google Meet presentation. So what we're going to do right now is to actually have the topics for Google Meet. Supposedly, our activity, what we're going to do is to create a Meet session together with our group mates or whoever you have to invite to have a meeting. At the same time, you're going to do that basically on Meet platform with calendar. So it all started with Google Calendar, and you can also do that in meet.google.com. So if you will notice, Alin kagapon, since yesterday, whenever we have any applications for Google Workspace, we started with the header. So in the URL, the header would be the header will be put into the URL first, and then you're going to add .google.com, and then when you press enter in the URL, you will be automatically go to the application for Google Workspace. So it's all started with logging in with your Gmail accounts. Okay, to show you how to do this, okay, let me show you guys, and then we can start. You can do that later on. You can do also your okay. So as you can see, I'm using a Edge browser. Then what you're going to do is go to google.com. So make sure that you have logged into your account, no? So if not, um, sign in kita anay using our take note lang that what you're going to use your .edu accounts. Okay, so to log into your .edu account, press sign in, and then use your account again for .edu.ph. So this is my dummy account. Pero ang ginagamit ko nga ano is iscof.edu.ph. So then you have to enter your password. Enter. So actually, if you're going to, something went wrong. Okay, medyo nag-ano yung password ay ng internet natin, no? Okay. So I suggest you log in anagid. So how do you know that you're logged into your Gmail account? You can see here at the upper right, you can see there nga you're logged into your account, no? So after that, there are two things that you can do, no? In the URL, so this is our URL. You can type meet.google.com, and then you'll be directed to sa Meet naton page. So you can actually put here the code for the meeting, or you can create your meeting right away. So if you press new meeting, it's either you create a meeting for later, start an instant meeting, or schedule in the calendar. So there are three options, no? If you're going to create a meeting for later, so this one is the information. So what you're going to do is to copy paste and then put this in your calendar, or probably pwede nyo ma-disseminate sa mga group chats ninyo. Second one, when you press the create meeting, is the start an instant meeting. If you're going to press this one, you will see that you will be directed to instant Google Meet. So this is the instant Google Meet, and then the URL here, this is the one that you're going to copy. So click this one for copy, and then copy paste it sa inyong mga recipients or sa colleagues ninyo nga gusto nyo maka-meeting. Okay? And then the other one is the calendar. So if you press schedule in Google Calendar, automatically you'll be directed to calendar. So to Google Calendar. So what you're going to do here in Google Calendar is to create the meeting. So you have the option kung ano ang mas manami, guys. I suggest you use the Google Calendar for meeting. Kaya mas madali siya gamiton. Kag actually, pwede nyo mabutang ang schedule kag ma-configure ninyo kung sino invite ninyo, especially kung nag-online class kita. So pwede ninyo automatically send ang email kay inyo nga mga estudyante diyaw na. So like for example, later on invite ka mo sa meeting. So this is the ad title is ITPE 1, first meeting, first session, AY 2021-22 first sem. So mo abi title nato no. So why is it nga butangan ko gid ka specific nga ano no, may subject, may number of session ang first session, academic year kag first sem. Para guys nga kun i-save ninyo daya later on, di ba ma-record kita karon sa Meet naton. Ang recording na kadaya will be directed sa Google Drive. So the pareho lang bala katong Google Docs naton kagapon nga you don't need to save the file kay automatically it will be saved sa Google Drive. So the same man sa Google Meet naton kag sa calendar. This will be saved automatically. Naga-sync ni siya. This will be synced into your Google Drive. So that is why later on, if you will notice, ang Google Drive ninyo, so you type drive.google.com. This will be your repository of any file that you're going to create with your Google Workspace. So, diya tanan-tanan ang mga activity naton, mga example kung magpasa yung students ninyo guys sa Google Forms, diya dadig adto kung chikanin niyo doon or kinahanglan niyo i-print ang file. So, ang Google Drive this will be sanctioned by our .edu account because we are the Google.edu account gives us more space than the normal Google account. So the normal Google account can only accommodate 15 gigabytes of data. Unlike sa naton guys, unlike sa aton nga .edu accounts wherein unlimited spaces ang ginataon ni Google kanaton. So going back to sa Meet, after this, you have to configure the time of your meeting. So if the time of your meeting is 9 o'clock until 10 a.m., so when you're going to save this, what will happen is, okay, try natin save. So, ang magagawa niya, ang schedule. Pero if you're going to configure the time, like for example, 9 a.m. to 12 a.m., so that will be 3 hours. When you are going to save it, ang magagawa na. So, sa allotted time naton. So, later on, ang aton ganing session nga daya is ang time na until 12. Pero, di ba, yesterday, ang link nga ginagamit naton is for the whole day. So, what I'm going to configure later on is to put the configuration sa all day. Kung i-click nyo all day. So, if you're going to save this, ang meeting naton is all day. So, kita nyo ang sa babaw na siya, hindi na siya diya sa schedule. Kaya wala na siya sang time difference, meaning to say, the whole of the Friday, anytime the link could be used. So, if I'm going to double-click this, again, you can also add location if you on the in. So, if ibutan nyo abi, no? So, ISCOF-SEC. Okay, you can see here kung diin nga San Enrique campus, no? O sa Techno building kuno abi, no? So you can add notification. So for notification, this is the reminder. Like for example, if you want nga before 9 a.m., you can put here days or weeks. So 1 day before, gina-notify ka doon nga may meeting ka 1 day before. Okay, you can also add description of the meeting kung para sa diin ang meeting naton. And then the most important is to add guest. So, syempre, you cannot have a Google meeting if you don't have somebody to have meeting with. So, what you're going to do is to add your guest. So, dapat manan mo anda nga email address. So, these are the email addresses that you inputted last kagapon. So never mind, hindi na get hindi do ka mo manomdom kung sino ya ang guest ninyo kay ang jado lang da sa inyo nga guest list. So ang kagapon nga gin ano ninyo sa email, pamutang ninyo guys sa pag-share ka email, automatically that will be added to your guest list. Kaya ang ginagamit ninyo nga email isa lang gid. So naga-synchronize day. So mas madali ang ano naton, di ba? And then after this, you can click save. Ay, ang title kay ginadura, no? Okay, so you can put an ITPE 1 ang subject. Ako na ano nga meeting, first session. Then academic year 2021, 22 first sem. Okay, and then save. Na so kagina the difference when you save it kagina kag tulad you have guest already, so you will have a window nga nagaambal. Would you like to send invitation emails to Google Guest Calendar? Then if you're going to click send, then invite all guests, then this one for whole day, this will be the meeting. At the same time, your guest will be notified. So in real time. So mo lang da guys kadali mag-obra ka Google Meet ka meeting. And then what you're going to do before how are you going to open the Meet? It's very easy, no? All you have to do is double click ang schedule nga ginhimo ninyo, and then you click join with Meet. So after clicking join with Meet, then magwa ang window nga daya. So i-configure anay nanda, no? If ever you want to see your face on the camera, or turn off the microphone before you join the meeting. So if you click join now, so what will happen is you'll be directed to your meeting. Since nga why pa may nag-accept ka meeting ninyo, why pa kamot imaw nga ka-meet. Pero actually, you just wait for them to enter your meet space. So after waiting for them for some time, kaya ang schedule ka meeting ninyo is 9 o'clock, then everybody will come in, and then what you're going to do is to let them in. You can do that, however, in our .edu account, if ever your meeting is using the same .edu account, you will notice nga mag-click ka link diretso lagi sa meeting. Wala na sang accept. So, ang acceptance happens during which your colleague doesn't use his .edu account. So, you will notice nga hindi na siya, nagakinanglan pa siya permission. Okay? Then afterwards, you can change the background. You can set here, this one. This is for the menu, no? This is for the microphone. Na i-turn on nyo siya, magambal ka mo. This one is for the video camera so that you can display your face here and your colleagues can see you. And this one is for the raise hand. If you have any inquiry, dapat ipansin ka moderator or ang nagakapot ka ng admin ka meeting. And then this one is for presentation. So if you're going to present something, now in presentation you have 3 options. Your entire screen, that's what I'm doing right now. I'm showing to you my screen so that you can see whatever things I do in my screen. This one is for a window. This is very useful if you are lecturing to your students, no? And you don't want them to see kung ano yung ginahambal mo, ginapasa. Kay, in my case, guys, I don't make a script anymore sa lecture. So, I'm using the module. Ay, mabudlay, abigay, grabe, dugid, ubra tagani mo. Nagaobra kita ka module, ma-online class pa kita. Wala na ko time maghimo ka script. So if you want to read something in a website or probably sa Wikipedia or diin, nga if you don't want to project it on the screen, nga ay dapat sa lecture naton sa students naton ang naga-project sa screen is PowerPoint presentation. So naka-full pa na siya gani dapat. So what I did is to click a window so that they cannot see whatever things I'm reading on Wikipedia, on an extra word, or probably ang kodigo ko sa module. So that means what they can see lang is a window or a tab wherein you projected the direction for the things that you need to them to see on the Google Meet meeting. So a window lang na siya. And then a tab, this is best for video and animation. That is why you can see Sir Resald Kagina because I'm using this tab. If I will use a window or entire screen, you cannot hear the sound. That's what happened sa meeting naton kagapon ngatong nagpalpak bala. So hindi siya a tab nga nabutang. For example, if you want to play something in YouTube nga gusto nyo ipakita sa students, then you use a tab for presentation. Okay? Do you have any questions so far? Okay. So after this, you can change your background. This one, hindi ko dyan siya you can choose any background here. So this is very useful if you don't want your students or ang kung sino naka-meeting ninyo nga makita ang sa background, ang sa likod ninyo. Kaya like me, I'm here at our bedroom. Makita ninyo sa likod may window tapos supposedly. Pero since I put a background, you cannot see it. What you can see lang is me and then the background. So this is very useful if you want to camouflage during lectures what is behind you. You can also upload a background here using your Canva application. So like for example, gusto ko takon i-customize yung background ko. Gusto ko sunset, likod ko. Na you can actually do that using Canva and upload your background. So that amo na gamiton mga background. Pero you have ready-made background here, you can just choose whenever you want to change backgrounds. So you can also have an option for full screen and change layout. During lectures, guys, I'm using change layout so that I can see my students. Okay, mind you, the minimum number of students that can I have for lecture is 7 people, and the maximum is sometimes duro na siya, sometimes 17 to 18. So ginatile ko na siya para ang display ko pwede ko makita saan yun. And this is useful also if you want to take a snapshot of people nga naga-attend ka meeting ninyo for attendance. So what I'm doing is gina-tiled ko siya, and then after tiling it, ang itsura niya will be, makita niyo ang tiles within sa diyaw. Diyan din makita, nagarapta do di sanda sa may screen. Hindi niyo makita sa buong because ginagamit ko yung video sa lain nga duha ka meet ang gina-open ko, ang demo meet kag ang meet naton. So that is why hindi niyo makita ang screen ko do karon sa diya. Pero makita niyo ang background ko nga naga-lecture diya sa dalom. Pero ang sa gina-display ko diya, ang makita ninyo is ang letter A. Na. So the guideline for the meet nga is you have to make a meet, i-video nyo siya. So pero kung if it is hard for you, I think pwede man i-screenshot nyo lang. That's what I suggested last night kay Doc Doc Roda, Doc Rods, Doc Pamposa, because naghimo siya ka email. Ang email ba lang nga ninyo ang assignment. For email, I suggested nga take lang kamo ka snapshot or screenshot ka email ninyo. Kaya sometimes if you will create a video, I think you will divulge the content of your emails. At the same time, you divulge also somebody nga ang sendan ninyo ka email sa contacts ninyo, and that is a personal information. That will be violating the Data Privacy Act of 2012. So I told her nga if ever nga you wanted to have a requirement for activity naton sa email, sa Gmail bala, snapshot lang. Pilion ninyo guys ang snapshot ninyo. Kung feel ninyo ang snapshot nga hindi man siya importante gid ang ang sasagwa lang nga content, hindi ang sasulod mismo sang email. Kaya personal na siya mo ang email. So lang, print screen, then copy paste pa kadto sa Word. Then sa Word, ibutang lang ninyo kung ano siya, kung Meet or Gmail. So mas madali kun amo kadaya. Okay, let me stop record, stop presenting. Do you have any questions before we go to the workshop? Hello, good morning. Are you still there or good morning?
Good morning. Good morning.
Yes, good morning. Ka-alive gid kay Tita Rod. So present gid. So ikaw yung pinakauna to kay ina gani nga nagsulod sa meet nato.
Gari man ang pag-ulan nagkabo sa mga estudyante nagpa-validate ka ID kag nagpa-certified machine na nadura ko pati familiar naman kanako ng Google Meet kaya mo gid man nagamit ko man magklase ako.
Yes. So ang lang naton is snapshot lang gid You can just pero if you have the freedom to to record your meetings sa video, and then that will be your output. However, I suggest snapshot lang, though print screen. Sa Google Meet, the same man siya. Sa Gmail, the same man. I-print screen lang ninyo. Otherwise, duro pa yung mga requirements naton, so hindi naton matapos siya or obrahon kadaya kung Okay? Shall we proceed to Zoom meeting so that we can tackle the last remaining topics? Supposedly that is form and drive. So we'll have Zoom lang anay. So let me see anay gid ang sa ISCOF-CARES nga video for Zoom. Kay si Sir Resoled man gihapon ata ang sa Zoom nga Okay. So guys, okay.
Zoom is for you. It helps you express ideas, connect to others, and build towards a future limited only by your imagination. Good day, I am Sir Rezal, and I'm here to help you explore Zoom. Zoom is a leading video conferencing software. It enables you to virtually interact with co-workers, students, friends, and colleagues when in-person meetings aren't possible. It has been hugely successful for social events too. At the end of this lesson, you must have familiarized and explored Zoom and its features, appreciated the purpose and importance of Zoom, utilized the Zoom app. This video tutorial is brought to you by ISCOF-CARES. Hello everyone, this time we'll deal with Zoom app. So to start, just go to your browser and on the address bar, type google.com and make sure that you have signed in your Google account. So simply search the Zoom app, then download and install your Zoom app. So once you have downloaded and installed your Zoom app, open the application, and there you go, your Zoom app. So to start, just click this button, the sign in button, and you will be asked to sign in or sign up. So if you don't have any account with Zoom, just click this sign up and it will direct you to the Zoom website for you to sign up. So but if you have already your account, you have options there. You can manually sign in using this option here. You have to enter your email address and your password. And you also have another options to sign in using your SSO account, Google account, and Facebook account. This time we will try the Google account. So there you go. You select which account will you use, then simply click open Zoom meetings and it will direct you to your Zoom meetings. So you can maximize, and there you go, your Zoom app. So this is your home page. So this is your account. You may click that one and you may customize some settings there. You may also edit some settings, just like for example for the background. You may change your background. You may select, just click the add image button and select a file, then you can change your background. Then you may customize also the settings of your video, audio, your share screen, chat, the recordings, your profile, the statistics, and other. So you have also here chat, your meetings. You have already also your contacts here and the apps. So we'll go back to the home. To start a meeting, we have two options here. So to start a meeting as a host, you have two options there, a new meeting and a schedule. So first, let's try the new meeting. So in new meeting, this is an instant meeting. So once you click that button, you have already instantly launched a meeting. So just copy the meeting information here by clicking the button, meeting information button here. Then just simply copy the link and you will be notified that the URL copied to clipboard. So you can also manually copy the information. So just click anywhere of the screen to return. And that's it for your new meeting, for the instant meeting. So another one is a scheduled meeting. So this is intended for the future meetings, for example for tomorrow, then the following day or next week. So simply click the schedule button, then enter the informations needed. Just like for example the topic here or the title, the day, the time, and you have also here the passcode. So you have the control of the video with whether you turn on your camera or turn off, as well as the camera of your participants. Then if you're done, just simply click the save button and there you go. And there you go, your meeting is already scheduled. And by the way, 5 minutes before the meeting, the scheduled meeting, you will be notified. So let's start. So while on the meeting as a host, this is your screen. So you can unmute your microphone by clicking the mute or unmute button here. And also, you can turn on and turn off your camera. This time, we will try to turn on our camera. Then, to copy the meeting information, just simply click this meeting information button. And again, copy the link. And you will be notified that your URL was already copied. Then, send it to whoever you want to meet with. For example, I will send this via email. Go back to your meeting, and there you go. You're meeting with your participants. So this is your screen while you are a host. Again, you have options there to unmute or unmute your microphone, to turn on and turn off your camera. Another one, you can view your participant by clicking this participant button. There you go. To close, just simply click this one and close. You can also chat with your participants. You can send a private message by clicking that chat button here, and you can send them a message, for example. And there you go. And your participants can do the same. So to close the chat box, just simply click this one and click the close. And you can also send the reactions on your meeting. Just simply click this reaction button here and select which emoticons ang gusto mo i-react sa meetings nyo. So to close, just click again anywhere. And another features of Zoom app during meetings is you can record your meeting. So to record your meeting, just simply click the record button here.
Recording in progress.
And you will be notified that your meeting is being recorded. So to stop recording or to pause, you have options here to pause or stop. Or to end the recording, just simply click the stop recording button.
Recording stopped.
And again, you will be notified that your recording has been stopped. So to change your view, the screen view, just click the view button here and select which options ang gusto mo maging view kay imo nga screen. So for example, ang speaker view. So amo siya makita mo. So gallery, the immersive, and that's it. So we'll now proceed with screen share. So to share a screen or present, just simply click the share screen button. And you have options there: the basic, the advanced, and the files. So for the basic, you can share your screen, or you can do whiteboarding, or you can share your iPhone or iPad if you have an Apple product. So sa screen, you can select which window of your computer ang gusto mo i-present. For example, i-present this one, the video via VLC player. So just click the window and then click the share button, and there you go. Your video is being shared. So,
I can think of all the times.
To end the sharing, just simply click the stop share button here and your presentation ends. Another, to share a PowerPoint presentation, just click again the share screen button, then click this one, the PowerPoint, and click the share button. for example, this is your class. Then just present. And that's it. Again, to end the presentation, just simply click the stop share button here, and there you go, your presentation ends. So another option here is advanced. So in advanced sharing, you can share a portion of your screen, computer audio, a video, and a content from a second camera if you have a second camera. Then for the file sharing, you can do a sharing via Dropbox, Microsoft OneDrive, Google Drive, Box, and Microsoft SharePoint. So if you want to share any of these, just click that one and click the share button. And that's it for sharing. So we're done with a meeting as a host. So to end a meeting as a host, just simply click the end button here and click the end meeting for all. And that's it. Your meeting as a host has ended. And your recording will automatically save to your computer. There you go. Next, we will try to join a meeting as a participant. So as a participant, you need to have an invitation from the host, or you need a meeting information. So for example, we were invited to have a meeting. So just click this join button, and there you go. You need to enter a meeting ID or a link. So for example, the meeting ID is so this is your name. Then you can check and uncheck the turn off the video button option there, or do not connect to audio. So we'll try to have a video. So after that, just click the join button, then you enter the meeting passcode. So for example, after that, just click the join meeting. And before you proceed to the meeting proper, you will be asked if you will join with video or without a video. So if you want to join with video, just click this join with video button. And if you want to join without a video, just click the join without video. So this time we will try to join with video. So we will click this join with video button. And by the way, sometimes the invitation of the meeting is being sent as a link. So if you were invited via link, just click the link and you will be directly and you will open directly the meeting rather. So here we go. The meeting as a participant. Just know that the settings and options of the meeting is the same or are the same with a meeting as a host. Only that if you will record the meeting and if you have to share a screen or present a screen, you need to have a permission from the host. So we'll try to click the record. So you need to ask a permission from the host. So for the screen share, so the host disable the screen sharing in the participants. So again, the settings is controlled by the host. So here, as a participant, you can mute and unmute your microphone. Then you can turn on or turn off your camera. So that's it. Also, as a participant, you can view also your co-participants. So here you go. To close this one, just simply click this one and click the close. Then you can also chat with the persons who are meeting also. So, for example, so that's it. Then to close the chat box, just simply click this button and click the close. You can also do the reactions. Just simply click this reaction button and choose which emoticons ang gusto mo i-react. So, just click close. Then, to change the screen view, just click the view button here. Then, choose, for example, the speaker view. That's it. The gallery view. So, that's it. Again, the settings of and options of the meeting as a participant is just the same as a meeting when you are a host. Only that you need to ask a permission or approval of the host whenever you do the recording or screen sharing. So that's it for the meeting as a participant. So to leave the meeting, just simply click this leave button and confirm by clicking the leave meeting. So that's it for your meeting. And we're done with Zoom app. I hope you have learned something, and good luck and enjoy using Zoom app.
Now, let's practice. Create an instant meeting using your ISCOF.edu.ph account. Make sure to perform the following. Invite participants to your meeting. Record your meeting. Write some greetings or share some links on the chat box. Mute or unmute your microphone and turn on and turn off your camera. Share your screen and present a slide or two. Upload the recording of your meeting to our Google Classroom. That's it. Good luck and enjoy.
All right. So Sir Resald has given us the tips on how to conduct a Google Classroom. Zoom meeting. So Zoom meeting is not just a meeting like your Google Meet, pero you have to configure the things that you wanted to do with Zoom links, especially that the Zoom is requiring you to have different configurations first before you can conduct the meeting. So if you wanted to have a simple meeting instantly, you just go to the instant meeting portion. But for configuration for the scheduled meeting, and more or less they are similar with Google Meet. Okay, so Zoom meetings can be at times the limitation for Zoom meetings is the time constraint, because on the free account for Zoom meetings, what happens is that you only is given 30 to 45 minutes lang for each class, and then suliton mo man gyapon yung link. So that is the limitation of Zoom. Kay if you don't have a paid account, you cannot conduct meetings longer than 45 minutes. So I assume that you have your Zoom installed in your laptops already. As you can see, it is logged into my Google account. So this is not the .edu account, pero this is the free account. So anyway, more or less, I don't know lang if you can conduct classes longer than 45 minutes if you're going to use the .edu. So I think hindi man gyapon kay it's not Google product ang Zoom. Hindi siya parte ka Google Workspace ang Zoom. Pero ginhimo lang nila just siguro nga alternative nga Zoom meeting instead of Google Meet. For me, I'm using Google Meet to my students because mainly it's more friendly to the data. Kay kalabanan kananda, wala man internet connectivity, nagasarig lang sanda sa data ka cellphone nanda. So I don't know the infrastructure for data right now if it has improved. In my observation, ang Globe not so much, ang Smart medyo nagdami ang services. So it means nga they don't need Wi-Fi for this just to conduct Google Meet or Zoom. Pero as I've said, ang Zoom hindi siya free. So you're only limited to amount, let's say 45 minutes, and then it will automatically turn off. So amo lang daya problema. Okay, so as I've said, for new meetings, you can actually go to new meetings right away, and then you'll be directed to the Zoom account. So this is what your Zoom looks like. If you're going to have this elongated or probably on the maximum side of screens, you can just the view no or the what's this gonna this is what it looks like sa entire sa screen kung bilog siya. So this is what it looks like kung half lang siya. Okay, so you can have features ngagin kagina. If you want to mute your mic, you can mute it. The video is not used because we're using the video for Google Meet. So hindi siya makita di kanakon sa screen. Hindi pwede abi nga duwa ka application ang pwede nga mag gamit ka camera ko sa laptop. So kita nyo madulom ya Zoom meeting ko. Pero actually kung kung live nga Zoom gid nga waay kita ga Google Meet, kung Zoom ang ginagamit ko, you can see here my face, and then I'll be hosting a meeting. So if you want to stop the video, what it will appear is the picture of your Google account. So as you can see there. Kalabanan ko nga Zoom meeting is that hindi ako ang host. And then what I'm doing is I'm filling up a Google form from whichever agency I wanted to apply for a Zoom meeting. Kay may mga libre sandang webinars, especially ang DICT. So they have webinars, and what I did is to apply for a Zoom link. So ginasend ko through Google form. So karon mag Google form kita. You can see there the things that pwede ninyo i-configure for forms. And then they will provide you with the link if ever you can come up with the Google form. Kaya ang email mo, amo daya ginagamit for invite. So to invite people for a meeting, because the meeting is probably not the new meeting nga insigida lagi, pero gina-schedule siya. So for scheduled meeting, you can put the topic here, the start, similar to our so like for example, duration is our topic will be the same no kato ITPE 1 first session. So AY 2021 to 22 first sem. So as you can see there, that is a detailed topic that you can put on your Zoom meeting. And then, for example, you have here Friday, August 13, 2021, Friday the 13th, gali tulad, no? So you have to put there when will be the meeting will take place. So like, for example, if you want to hold the meeting at 11 a.m., and then you have to put the duration, like for example, 1 hour. Now you will be having what's this gonna feedback from Zoom. It says your Zoom basic plan has a 40-minute limit. So that is the limitation, guys. We cannot have 1 hour, hindi magsobra sa 45 minutes. So 0 hour. Then you have to put there 45 minutes. So recurring meeting. Okay. So the time space, you can actually select the time zone. For us, you use Singapore time, no? Okay, that is already, Then for the ID meeting, you can put there generate automatically or personal meeting. I suggest you just leave it as is, general automatically, because you're not permanent man nga Zoom subscriber. So there's no need to put personal meeting there. Kay eventually Zoom will create actually of your meeting ID, your personal meeting ID, whenever you are a subscriber for Zoom. So you can see there, the possibilities for the video. You can turn this, turn this off, and for the participants also, so that if they will enter the Zoom meeting, naka-off na ang daan ng screens. And then you can also set whenever the reminder for Zoom, for the Zoom meeting. I'm using the Google Calendar. Actually, I'm using the Google Calendar, so okay lang da. Amo lang da. Kay I suggest Zoom Calendar, Google Calendar lang gamito naton. And then you have to save it, no? Now, if you're going to save, you can see there that you need to log in for the Zoom account pa to continue. May permission pa na sa Google, kay ginasync yan na sa Google Calendar ang aton nga Zoom meeting. So the Zoom meeting is here. So you can see, this is the generated Zoom meeting. If you want to have configuration, what I'm trying to say about configuration is if you want to invite people, so you can do the same. So you can invite people. Ang copy-paste nyo lang guys, ang anda nga email adya, just like what you did sa Google Meet. Kay hindi na Meet ang ginagamit naton, tulad Zoom na, pero gagamit man kita gyapon ka Google Calendar. So the feature of the Google Calendar is being utilized into the Zoom account. Gin-synchronize mo siya. Garing ang difference between Zoom and Meet is that sa Zoom kinanglan i-configure mo gid. Ang Meet na Google Meet automatic na siya. Kaya ang Google Meet is part of Google Workspace. Since Zoom is not part of Google Workspace, you have to configure it manually. So save it. And then this is the meeting. So this will appear also to the notifications of your people, to the recipients of the Zoom meeting, kung sino kamit ninyo. And then they will be reminded sa mudya nga adlaw, sa mudya nga oras, you have a Zoom meeting. So you're going to go to their Google Calendar and double click this. Then you can see the link, and then you have to double click this. So when they are going to double click that one, you can see their Zoom meeting. So they have to click this one to open the Zoom meeting, and then they will be directed to the Zoom meeting automatically. So this is the Zoom meeting that we that supposedly you have for the Zoom Meet. So some of the features of Zoom, as discussed by Sir Resald, are here already. So you have the security, the share screen, more applications. So more applications, you will have participants. You can see the participants here. Kung damo na siya, makita nyo sa dadya. Kung mag-invite ka mo, so you can invite also email, or you have to filter, something like that, and then send it to people, no? For the Zoom meeting. Instant na yung Zoom meeting. Or probably scheduled nga Zoom meeting. Then, after that, you can also have the chat box here. So you can type, "Hi everyone." Then everyone can see your chat. So this is good if you're going to join the Zoom meeting. Please, the first thing that you ought to do is to turn off your microphone and your video. After that, you have to go to the chat box again. This is unwritten rule, pero supposedly that is most common practice. Okay, if you're a professional, attending a Zoom meeting, you're carrying the name of your school. So it's not it's a good practice if you go to the chat box and then tell everyone good morning, good evening. So right away, kung mag-enter ka sa sa Zoom meeting. Especially kung ang Zoom meeting national na siya, na convention or webinar. So after that, in more also you can find record on this computer. So if you want to record your own Zoom, pero kung ikaw ang host, there's no problem. You can record your Zoom meeting right away. However, if you're not the host, you have to ask permission from the host to record your own recording sa Zoom meeting ninyo. And then for the reactions, you can actually raise a hand, put thumbs up, whatever, so that the host can see, no? Pero most of the time, please, if you're especially raising hand, if your host doesn't require you to do this, please don't, because it will distract the host kung siya nag-conduct sa meeting. So you do that if you have any questions or you need some clarifications on certain topics, and the host will allow you to raise your hand. There are some during some confusions on the Zoom meeting. There was one time I attended a Zoom meeting from the ICT-LC3 that is Calabarzon area, and then the host was lecturing, and then there's one instance that he's asking, bangkot siya. He told us, do you have have you done this kind of practice in programming? So why it may nag-reply, nag-raise ko ka hand, and then abi na nag-raise ko ka hand, may pamangkot ako. Pero I told him that I raised my hand because you asked us nga kaagay kamo amo kada sa amo kada nga bagay. Iti syempre nag-raise ka, that means oo. So some of the abi will be confused if you're going to do that. So the best way is you try to answer in your chat box. So you just put there anything nga ginapamangkot na kanimo. And then hindi pwede abi guys nga you have to it's not a good practice that, like for example, somebody is hosting a meeting and then dang nasa ligbat mo siya samtang gahambal kay everybody can hear. So if you have a point, just like in any democratic meeting or something, you can raise your hand or probably put the chat box here, anay ang so you can say, excuse me, can I speak in the something like that, so that the host will know. If he acknowledge you to do that, then do it. If not, please don't, because that will create confusion among participants. So anyway, I think Sir Resal does already instruct us to create a video for this. You may do so. You may host the using your .edu accounts and then invite somebody and record the video. Okay? And then that will be your output for Zoom. So basically, if you want to leave the meeting, you just click the close button here, and then you'll be directed to buttons in meeting for all. If you're going to click it, it will end. So this is, if you can see, this is the reminder for the meeting again create natin kagina sa 11 o'clock. So ITPE1 first session for the school year. So that will be scheduled around 11 a.m. this morning. Okay, so that is about Zoom. And how are you going to conduct meetings in Zoom? So do you have any questions, guys, for Zoom meeting? I think this is very easy topic, no? At the same time, with Google Meet, medyo hapos lang digawa. Okay, guys, do you have any questions or reactions about Zoom, creating a Zoom meeting? Okay, so we have 2 more topics for this morning, and I hope we can cover it all. So that this afternoon, that will be our time for passing the outputs. Okay, so our next topic should be your Google Forms, and then we'll have the Google Drive simultaneously. So sa Google Form, I think we need to have an extensive lecture about this. But last time or last year, we discussed about forms already. And I think some of us are using, personally, I'm using the form for examination. And I'm using it also for surveys or anything that, for attendance. Kag sa ibang pagid nga, sa events. I'm using it also as the, for the cooperative. Uh, just like Google Meet and Google Calendar, Google Form is very interactive and can be placed upon any part for the Google Workspace. So to conduct particularly Zoom, that is one of your requirement gali no ang form. So ang main requirement gid bala nato no for the duration of the apat to kabilog. Let me wala di sa isa to ka sa isa to ka. Anyway, sige guys. Let me try to see if we can actually project Google Forms na video. Google Forms. Okay. I think it's Sir Russell will be hosting us with Google Forms. Okay, so let me project my screen.
Good day, everyone. I am Sir Russell, and today I'll be helping you in learning an application that we teachers need in giving online quizzes and surveys as part of the flexible learning, the Google Form. Google Forms is a free online tool from Google which allows users to create forms, surveys, and quizzes, as well as to collaboratively edit and share the forms with other people. Educators can use Google Forms to assess their students at the beginning of the class and gauge pre-existing knowledge. Furthermore, Google Forms can be used to give feedback to and receive feedback from students and parents. Similarly, students can use Google Forms to assess their own learning and set the learning goals, as well as to collect data for their research projects. In this video, you will be taught how to use Google Forms, create and grade quizzes with Google Forms, edit your form, choose a question for your form, change the theme or font of your form, show questions based on answers, and lastly, share your form with collaborators. Get ready and let's start exploring the Google Form. This video tutorial is brought to you by ISCOF-CARES.
So here we go. Let's start learning how to create our quiz using the Google Form. So first we have to open our browser and then we will type google.com and then we will sign in our Google account. Our email, then we will click next and then we will be asked of our password. And here we will click again next. So we have already signed in our Google account. So what's next? We have to go into the Google Apps icon here, right here at the top right. We will click this one and we will look for the form. We will click the form and then here we go. We are now on our forms. So we will click this blank one Okay, so for instance, we are going to title this form as Midterm Quiz 1. Okay, so this quiz is named as Midterm Quiz 1, and it appears the same with here. So this is the title of our quiz, and then we will write a short description. So we have here the description of this quiz. So for instance, this is the description. Next, we will separate this quiz into several sections. Okay, so what we're going to do is to click this icon. We will add a section. So this section will be about, so shall we say we have here the personal information of our students. So we can write a short description here below the name personal information. And then we have the first question could be, this is not necessarily a question, but the thing that we want to ask from our student, the information. So shall we say it's the student ID number. Okay, so shall we say we only need the student ID number for the personal information of our students, and this could be a name or what else, the year and section. Okay, so we could add, shall we say, the year and section, or the course and the year. Okay, so we will add another question. So we have here the course and year. Okay, so this is the first section of our, or shall we say the second section actually, because the first section here is this one, the title. So this one will be the second section, but this actually is the first section that we will fill, or our students will fill in before they proceed to the exam. So okay, so we will proceed with another section. So this could be already the exam. Okay, so we will title this, for instance, like Lesson 1, the Filipino Heroes and Heroines, since we are using the subject Philippine History. Okay, so you can put here also description below, and then what we're going to do is put a title and descriptions. So shall we say this is a multiple choice part. So here we go. Shall we say this is a multiple choice section? Okay, so this is under section 3, and then it's somewhat like another title here and description. So that's title and description. Okay, so now we will add, or we will already make our question, and we will set the answer. So here we have to add a question. So we will type our question. So we have here our question. So for instance, who is the first Filipino to win a gold medal in the Olympic Games? So now we will write our options or choices. Okay, so we have here our options, the question and the options. So before we proceed with, we have also here on the upper right corner of this form, we can choose a type of question that we have to use in our quiz. So since this is a multiple choice, we have to click multiple choice. Okay, now how are we going to set the answer for this one? So in order for us to set the question or the answer key for this question, we have to go into the settings first. We have here the quizzes. So we should make this a quiz in order for us to set the answer. Then we will click save. Okay, so we have, as you can see, you have here below the answer key. Okay, we will click this one, and then we can already select which is the correct answer. So we will click which is the correct answer. So this one is the correct answer, and then we will set the point for this question. So how many points are we going to give? So shall we say it's 1, okay, and then we will click done, okay, and then we will have also to click the required button here. Okay, so what is the importance of this? This is for our students to not they cannot send their quiz if they have not answered an item that is required. Okay, so if the question is required, set as required, then they cannot send their quiz if they have missed one question. Okay, and then shall we see within this 3 dots here, we have 3 options. Okay, so as you can see, we did not put A, B, C, or D in our choices. So shall we go with the shuffle option order? Okay, so we will click that one. So what is the purpose of that one? That is for our students to avoid cheating. Okay, so they have to actually memorize the correct answer and not the letter. So these options may appear in different order in different students who will open this quiz. So that is the purpose of this one. Okay, so aside from creating or using questions for our quiz, we can also use an image. Okay, so we have here, we'll click that one, and then we can have, if we have downloaded, so we can upload. So we will browse file. So we have here, shall we say, on the desktop, we have the photo of Mabini. Okay, so we will open that one. Okay, so we have here the photo or the image. So we will put an instruction here or whatever you want to put, a title or what. Okay, so we have here, for instance, use this image to answer the following question. So we have to add a question below this image. Shall we say, okay, so for instance, we have here, who is the Filipino hero in the image above? So this is the question, and then we can have the choices here. So again, we will set the answer key. So we know that's Mabini, and then we will put the number of points, and then click done. Okay, and then we will click required again, and then here we go, shuffle option order. Okay, so that is a multiple choice. So if you want this one to be an identification thing, so you can have the short answer. Okay, so we have already used the image. So we can also use a video. So we have here a video. We will click that one, the button, and then we can have here the URL. So for instance, we have to use this video. So we will copy the link address, and then we will paste it here. Okay, then we will click select, and presto, here is your video. Okay, again, we will put a title or a description or instruction about this video. So for instance, this is the instruction. Watch the video below to answer the questions that follow. Okay, then we will again put question. Okay, so for instance, we have here another question. So again, we have the choices, and then we will set the answer. For instance, we have here, and then we will set again a point. It's 1 point. Okay, and click done, required, and then we will shuffle option order. Okay, one thing also that we can do is import questions. So for instance, we will get questions from our previous quizzes, or the previous quizzes that we have made. So we have here, we will click this import questions, and then shall we say we have here from this one, then we will select And here we go. We have, or we can choose, or we have options here to choose. We can select all the questions, or we can click individual questions that we want to copy. So for instance, we will copy this, or we will import this question. Okay, so we will click that one, and then we will click import questions, and presto, here is the question coming from a different quiz. Okay, so this is one of the things that we can do in Google Form. Okay, so for instance, we're done creating our questions for our entire quiz. Okay, so we can have here the theme, so we can customize it. So we have here the header, so we can see here at the top portion of the first section, so this is filled with text, so we can have image here. So shall we try? We have here, so we can get themes coming from the default themes that are given here, or we can upload ours. So we'll try to upload if you want to personalize really your quiz. So we have here, for instance, we will open, and then we will adjust. Okay, so depending on the size of the image, so we will adjust to suit the things that you want to see. So shall we try? Click done, and then you will see what will happen. Okay, so we have here our header. So we can choose the theme color. So if you would like to choose another color, you can have here, then you can add, and then it's there. Okay, and then the background color as well, so you can change that one. So should we prefer this? And then for the font, if you are okay with this one, then go with the default, but you can also change it. So for instance, shall we say with a playful, so it's somewhat like more thin, it's the thinner text for our quiz. Okay, then we will click the X, so to close. So this is already our form. Okay, so we will go back here in our personal information. So we will click required, and then also this one. Okay, so this is already our quiz. So we have here the title, and then the short description, and what else? We will now go to the settings. Okay, so for the settings of our quiz, we have here 3 settings: the general, the presentation, and the quizzes. So for the general, we have to check only limit to 1 response, and the rest are unchecked. Okay, for presentation, we have only to put a confirmation message just like this one: congratulations, your responses have been recorded. Or you can put a different confirmation message depending on the subject that you're teaching. Okay, so then next we have here the quizzes. So this one should be turned on, so this should be make this a quiz. And then we have here release grade immediately after each submission, so that our students can see the grades immediately after they click the submit button. Or we can have this one later after manual review. Okay, so you can choose between the two. Then respondents can see what? The point values. we should not expose these missed questions and the correct answers to avoid cheating. Okay, so one student might tell the other student or his or her classmate that this one is wrong and that these one are the correct answers. Okay, so we should have to click only the point values. So that's for our settings. Then what we're going to do, click save here at the upper right corner of our screen. Now, how are we going to go with sharing this quiz? So we can send this with the email account of our students by writing the email here in this portion, and then we can click this one and then send. Okay, another is to copy the URL of this quiz, and we can have the shortened form or the longer form here. So in the shortened form, we can copy this one. So we'll click copy, and then we can already paste that to our GC, okay, or group chats, and that's it. Okay, so we will click this X again, and then that's it. So for the three dots here, so we will not touch these things because these are not actually important with our quiz. For the purpose of creating the quiz, so we will not touch this thing. So these are simple: undo, make a copy, move to trash, or what else. This a portion of the quiz. Okay, so these are not important. And then we have here to see the responses of our students. So we have tried to answer it. So we have, for instance, here we have 3 students who have responded to our quiz. So we can see the statistics of the questions of our entire quiz. So we have here for the first question, the second question, and the third question, how many have got the correct answer and wrong answer. Okay, we have also here the data that we have asked, who are the students who have responded. And then here, for each of the questions, we can see how many of them have responded correctly with each of the choices. With the wrong choice, or we can see here students have responded correctly based on the correct answer that we have set, and those who have answered the wrong ones, so the statistics is shown. Okay, and then we have also here the rest, the entire questions in our quiz. Okay, so this is about the responses, and then we can have here the questions. Okay, so we have also here individual. So actually you can use more importantly the things here on the summary. So if you want to download this or the data that you have in your quiz, you can click this thing, create spreadsheet, and from here you can see the results of your quiz. So this is online, so you can see here the time that your student sent his or her answer, and then the score, and then the who is the student, the course and year, and then each of the questions. So the answers that they have responded for each of the questions. So you can copy this one and then store in another spreadsheet, shall we say in a Microsoft Excel. Okay, so this one is the online form. So that's for our Google form. So thank you very much for listening and watching, and I hope you have learned the basics of creating quiz using the Google form.
This time, try to create a 5-item quiz using Google Form to apply what you have learned in this video tutorial. Be creative and give your best. When you're done, copy the link of your quiz and send in a group chat for your fellow participants to try your quiz. And share it on a Google Classroom. Have a wonderful learning encounter.
All right. So Google Form is actually part of our Google Workspace for Education, and it is one of the most used applications out there. No. So for trying to configure a Google Form, basically Google Form can be accessed through forms.google.com, and yeah. So you can type here forms.google.com. Don't forget to log into your google.edu accounts. So if you're going to type forms.google.com, you'll be directed here. Or actually, you can click here and then click forms. So you can click the blank for the form, because there are already templates that you can find. So if you're going to the first thing that you can see here on the form is the your multiple choice kind of question. So this is default by default. So don't forget to put if you're going to have here, this will be your tools, so that you can insert whatever kind of questions or configurations for your form. So on the upper portion is the title of the form. Then from here you can actually configure the form. So for example, IT PE 1 midterm exam. Okay. So on the background of the form, supposedly for themes, you can see here theme. You can actually customize the theme color here. And if you want to choose an image for the header, you can have, like for example, this one. That depends on what kind of header you want to put it there. So if you have the customized header, like for example with your logo, with ISCOF San Enrique Campus logo, you can do it on Canva. So you can download it in Canva and actually upload it here. So you can choose, instead of themes, you can choose upload. So browse and you drag the picture here that is taken from Canva, and then that will be the background. However, if you don't have, so you can select, for example, this one, and then automatically the theme and the color will change. So whatever the color of the picture, the color of the we'll put it here. So can you imagine if you have the logo here, the school logo, plus some text here for the exam, for the subject that you were teaching. So it's customized. Pero since we don't have any picture yet, you can actually do that on Canva. Sa Canva naman, you can do anything mo. So you can do ano nga type ang himuon nga parde ang sa Facebook nga theme. The same na sila. Then you can configure it upwards kay half kulang ang sa dalom niya. Then saka-sakaon nyo lang gamay. And then you can put text here. Just like what we did in our Facebook group. So pwede na siya. Then sa color combination naman, you can actually do or you can change the color code for the theme if you wanted to. Then you have for the description here, you can put the description for the exam, like for example, answer the questions promptly. Okay, or whatever directions you will put there. So suggestion lang yun, if ever you want to, the first thing that you ought to put here for the exam would be you can add question. You can select actually, instead of option for multiple choices, the first thing that you have to consider is the short answer. So this is for short answer text. So the end ng short answer text, this should be your name of your so last name. Usually I'm creating like this, the format, because I want to put here the last name. You can I'm doing this kind of format, no? So last name una, then the first name, then the middle initial. So that if ever you are going to amo da tsura na. So amo pa lang da tsura niya. Then afterwards, if you want to have multiple choices question, so kung multiple choice naman na siya, you have the freedom to choose if you want to put a paragraph, a checkbox, a down drop, file upload, linear scale, multiple choice grid, checkbox grid, date and time. So you can put it there. So most of my quizzes are multiple choices. So depende. Kay for me, it's easy to give multiple choice examination rather than have it on essay or what kind of exam, depending upon the subject siguro, no? So you can do the quizzes also, no? Instead of midterm exam, for example, first quarter quiz, or probably you can have every week you can have 10-item multiple choice questions. So you can do the same. So you can put here multiple choices, question bar, checkbox, etc. Yes, Doc Prudente. Do you have something to say?
Hi, good morning, Sir Ayan.
Oh, good morning.
I am interested. I am very eager to know how to prepare this Google quiz using Google Forms. I would like
Oo.
to suggest if we can do this a little slower, and it is quite a step by step lang. Kaya hindi ko ka-follow. So even two questions lang, and then we can see the answers. And how are we going to, if we can, this is only a suggestion, if we can follow your step by step, so that we can, even one question, so that I myself can see the answer and how this can be seen by our students.
Oh,
I
yes,
don't,
yes.
sorry na sir, hindi ko kamaan ginabi. So, pwede nga, lang, and medyo, lang, dahan-dahan lang konti.
Okay. So,
Ah.
we can, okay, sige. Oh, shall we start again? Okay. Actually, your Google form will start with your Google account. So, this one. So you supposedly, actually, you have to log into your Google account first. Okay. So .edu.ph account. Then after that, go to your URL. So your URL is this one. So this is your uniform resource locator. It is found here on your browser. So this one, no. Then on your URL there, you type forms.google.com. Then you press enter. If you're going to press enter, you'll be directed to this menu, so forms. All right. What happens next is you're going to create a new form. Actually, you have several templates here. So blank quiz. So like for example, if you want to have quizzes, we have blank quizzes here, exit ticket, assessment, and worksheet. Pero just like any other form, okay, there are different kinds of forms. So that depends upon your usage. You may have the form for attendance only. You may have the form for quizzes. You may have the form for surveys. So etc. etc. So that depends upon how are you going to how are you configuring your forms and how to do that. So creating a blank form. Let's start with a blank form. Okay. So click this one. You can see here blank. And then automatically you'll be directed to the blank form. Now, you wanted to change the file name of the form first. Okay. So INSA, because you're going to, so that you'll label your form and you will not be confused kung anong form daya. So because if ever the time will come that you're going to display your form sa students, magtao ka exam, then hindi ka mo magsala kaya may label ang form. Again, ang title ko form, the same man sa Google Docs. So you don't need to save it. If you're going to change the name here on the upper left portion, it means it is automatically saved sa Google Drive ninyo. Okay. So I'm going to change the title of the form to IPPE 1 midterm. Midterm exam AY 2021-22%. So again, insa nga ginaamo ko kadaya para actually it's complete. May subject, may nabutang kung ano nga exam, may academic year, at the same time may semester. Para for your for your labeling kay para hindi ka mo magsala. At the same time, kung ma-notice ninyo diya sa folder naton, ang folder nga diya sa Google Drive. Nakabutang daya dato kung ano ang isulat naton di sa form. So kung mag-retrieve ka mo ka mga files ka students, hindi ka mo magsala kay may folder doon nga naka-label pareho kadaya. Okay? Doc Mirna, so far okay kita?
Yes. Thank you.
Yes. I-continue naton. So, kung ano ang makita ninyo diya sa file name, ang mo man makita nyo di sa title. So, automatically, kung ano yung change nyo di sa babaw, ang mo man na change diya. Okay, so, para nga hindi do ka mo sagad ka kung label or isang ka lang siya. So, anything that you change here, that will be changed also here sa title. Or pwede nyo man gyapon dyan island kung gusto nyo. Pero in my case, I don't change it. Kay para nga isa do lang. Kag ang labeling bala. Now, to make the form attractive, it must have a background. So the background can be selected on themes. And themes could be located here sa customized themes, sa upper portion. So you have several buttons like you can see on the upper right side. So customize themes to customize themes. The preview kung ano tsura niya. And then the settings. Okay. Now the settings is very important karon. Mag-configure ka mo ka form para sa student ninyo. And then you can have also, this one is for the add-ons later. I'm using this kung gusto ko butangan ka time ang form. Kaya ang student, ang mind you guys, di ba ang mga exams naton may mga time constraint na sandali. For example, sa midterm, dapat 1 hour lang. Kay dapat hindi magsobra sa 1 hour. Hay ang tendency ang cheating bala rampant da. So ma-cheat ang students naton. Iti nakitaan do nanday questions. Other than that, kung within 1 hour kag mapasa nanda lagi ang exam nanda, then why is the time nga mag-cheat bala? Why ang hindi mag-leak ang exam ninyo? So in my case, Anay, I would like to beautify the form. So I will go to the themes. I will choose an image. Since nga wala pa ko it-upload ka Teams, kag wa pa ko nakahimo sa Canva, ang Teams lang anay nga dang makita ko diya sa Teams. So insert ko lang. You will notice that if you're going to insert whatever picture, the color code for the theme will also change. So you have to select the color if kung ano yung gusto mo. Gusto ko much darker, so either diya or diya. Nga gina-present diya sa background na. And then the background color, you can actually change this. Na. So sa font style, if you want to change the font, this one is basic. Pero you can do this one na decorative na siya. Kung type nyo ang amo diyang classic so you can do that also. The same with the questions. Pero kay since exam siya, kung ako, ang lang siya, ang basic lang. Kay para at least in y.arte bala, makitaan lagi ka students, mabasahan nanda. Ang gusto ko abi, kung may exam ako is makita nanda kang mabasahan, hindi nga arte-arte or may naga-curve or whatever nga design. So, exam gani mo. So, para makita nanda lagi ang letters sa exam. So, amo lang da sa background. You can also change the background here. Now, for this button, these buttons will help us integrating the questions or configuring what are we going to put in with our form. So first, dapat sa exam, may ngaran ka kabataan. Hindi pwede nga why it ngaran. Iti paano mo ma-checkan o brada kung kay sino siya na pangalan ang mabuol ka exam. So, ang obrahon naton, since nga multiple question dade, ang first, multiple choice i-configure naton guys sa short answer. So, this short answer will be customized to put the name of the student here. So, what I did is to put this one first. Why this one? Kay para mamanan da, you'll be directed kung ano i-input nanda. Common sense lang da. Kay sometimes may estudyante gid nga pasaway nga way gabasa. So dapat una nandang ibutang ang last name, di ba? Kay last name ang nakabutang di. So this one, gusto ko last name siya. Then sa tunga will be ang second will be your first name. And then the middle initial. So nga para kung ma-preview naton siya, i-click ko ang preview. Kung bulon ka bata ang exam naton, ang una na nga makita is this one. So yung i-answer niya will be the last name, then the first name, then middle initial. Correct? Then that's the time na i-submit nanda, mabaton do naton dato kung kay sino nga ano. So why pa exam ha? Ngaran pa lang dyan. So pegaring medyan pagid nga pasaway. Hindi lang man sa students, na notice ko pati mga maestra bala mag ano ka naton, maskin teachers gani naga-confuse. Maskin amo do day kita nanda sulaton pa nanda gyapon yung ngaran nanda sa una. So last name ang nakabutang, first name kag middle initial. Ngaranan mo timo nga una ngaran mo tapos apelyido. Why do gani at middle initial? Nang padali lang bala. So this mainly is for para nga ng nga ID-han ninyo kung sino ang nagabuol ka examination. So by then, ang first naton gali ngay muon sa ibabaw nga diya, before naton gali sulatan ka pangalan is the description. So sa form description, you will put there the direction. So like for example, answer the following questions. Questions diligently and choose from the options correctly. Okay, never mind the spelling, no? The spelling can always be changed. Pwede ninyo i-right click lang ninyo the spelling. Naga ano siya. Nagapula means sa lang spelling or may something hindi ano. So amo pa lang dyan guys. Yeah, ano naton, we have the name, the title of the form, the file name. This one will be the name of the student. How are we going to insert ang questions done? So this one, if you're going to add question, press lang ang plus add question. Then for the first question, don't get excited, Anay. You just have to configure what type of questions are you going to put on your form. So like for example, I want to put here multiple choice, then multiple choice na daan ang question nga nabutang diya. Pero if you want to put here check boxes, pwede man down drop, file upload. Lantaw natin kung ano tsura niya. For the meantime, multiple choice anay kita. So like for example, there's the name here for students. Then you put there number 1. Pero in my case, I don't put number 1. I don't put number 1 anymore. Okay, sometimes when I make a multiple choice question, 1 to 100 or 1 to 1 to 80 or 1 to 50, 1 to 60 items, and the students will retest, naga-retest do sanda. Para nga hindi nyo gali kay ang Google Form kung i-reclick nyo daya guys, butangan nyo kabag nga link, naga-random ang questions. Naga-random ang questions. So, to play it safe, do not put a number. Karang una put ako ka number. Pero manan ko nga cheat ang students. So, kag why nandagi na pasa lagi ang questions pagka next day pa. So, ginaobra ko is, inapabayaan ko lang, bay ko na ginambutangan number. Pero actually, kada to ginambutangan ko siya number. So, butan nyo lang di question number 1 nyo. So, like for example, what is programming? Then, for options, actually, gina-click ko lang ang add option, no? Then, you can see here, 4 kabilog ang na-display. So, it means to say that they have 4 options. Like, for example, what is programming? It is a series of code. Period. Method of coding language. Or I can put here an item. Yeah, and then the last one, hindi siya, no? So, kung hindi siya, add option na. Sige, click mo pagid hasta nga mag-display ang option number 4. So, 4 kabilog ang choices. Kay usually kung multiple choice kita, letter A, letter B, letter C, letter D. So, 4 siya. So, in this case, why kita letter A, B, C? Because multiple choice natin is ang option button ang ginagamit. So, butang mo binan of the above. So, we have 4. So, kung amo dyan sa multiple choice, ang first question naton. Kung i-preview naton amo dyan gwa na. So, the students must answer the first anay nga information is the name nanda. Then, why na direkta lagi sa exam. So, what is programming? Okay. Example, amo day sabat. And then, they have to submit. Okay, so amo day gwa na, guys. Ang ano ko lang gid, ang tip ko lang diya is i-click niyo ang button nga diya for required insa so that when you are going to preview kita nyo ang red required. It means to say nga asterisk nga red, hindi sanda ka adto sa sunod nga question kung hindi na masabtan ang question nga daya. Or hindi na ma-submit ang file, ang Google Form kung hindi na ma-answeran ang tanan-tanan nga questions. So amo day purpose kadang required ang sadyaw. Now to get the answer key, you have to click this one. Ay, shuffle order galit na daya. For the answer key, description. Hindi. I'm sorry. The description. Okay, so this one. Oh, no. Hindi siya. Okay, so that is for multiple choices, no? For the answer key, since this is required, dahil lang get. Okay, please click ang shuffle option order so that ang questions will be shuffled, no? For the answer key, din gani ang answer key. Supposedly magbutang kamo answer key. Responses. Hindi. Questions. Check boxes. Okay. Supposedly, ano gani answer key gani? Okay, so that is duplication gali, no? Sorry. Control C. Required. So options. Okay. Wait lang. Answer key for forms. Answer key for forms. Nalipat ako, guys. I forgot to, wait lang. Check boxes. Okay. So, ano na nato anay, no? The answer key for forms. Supposedly, the answer key, ano gani nga view dito man? Shuffle order required. No, it's not. It's a quizzes, no? Make this a quiz. Okay, this one. So the answer key is this one. What I did lang kagina is to make it a quiz. So ginhimo ko lang siya nga quiz, no? This one. Sa settings, no? Nagkadto ako di guys sa quizzes. And then gin-click ko lang make it a quiz. And then amo lang dyan, no? Make it a quiz and then save. Then you can see here the answer key. Na amo dagali magbutang ka answer key. Nalipat ako guys, sorry gid. If you want to put an answer key, you just go there, no? Sa settings, then quizzes, make it a quiz. So that may mo siya nga quiz, and then the answer key will be posted here sa dalong. So I'm sorry, ni mo siya nga check boxes, multiple choice. Now to get the answer of this question, to put an answer gali sa answer key, you have to select kung diin ang sakto nga sabat. So this one. Then you have to put points kung pira na siya. If you are going to create an exam, a midterm exam for one, usually ang exam ko is 1 to 60 mo. For there are times nga 1 to 80 or 1 to 100. Pero ang points nga ginaano ko is 1 point lang for each question. So after this, you click done. And then as you can see, ang may check nga daya, amo daya yung may answer. Pero hindi nandada makita guys ang ang sabat. Ikaw lang kada makakita. So if you're going to preview, ang anda abi nga makita isang sa preview mo na actually this one na hindi daya nanda makita ang sabat, ang correct answer. Pero ang imot mo nga view, you can actually see the answer of your question. So amo na siya. Okay, so amo da guys, magbutang ka answer key sa inyong form ha. And then para nga hindi ka mo guys magsagad ka problema ka question. Kay per mail lang ka mo ga-insert. Ako I have to made up my mind kung ano nga klase ka exam. So in my mind, I actually wanted to give students multiple choice question for 60 items kung abi lang. So ginahimo ko is ginaduplicate ko lang ang dayo. After duplicating, so that's the time nga kung ano naman ang second question. So you must have a prepared question doon kung ano daya. Pero ako, ang ginahimo ko lang gid, maghimo ko kami term exam. Ako nga module yung gina-open ko. So pili ako diyan, 'di ba? We are required to pass at our examination at the end of for our clearance bala ang exam naton with TOS. So multiple choice daya, pero ang ginaobra ko, gina-copy paste ko lang ang form sa Word kag amo da ginapasa ko. Dayon ang TOS naman siya, may ready-made TOS kita. Maman-an naton kung pira ang number of questions nga nakabutang diyan sa depende sa dang chapter ka module kung pira ka bilog ang question nga ginhimo sa sa module halin. So ginabuklad ko lang yung module ko kag tapos diyan ako nagabuol ka source ka question sa module. And then that's it. So example for number 2, you can put here 2 series test equivalency in programming. So butang mo take note nga ang may check amo daya correct answer ha. So B na siya. Pero actually gina-shuffle na siya kung i-shuffle option mo. So dapat naka-shuffle option ni siya. This one. Hay kun maskin ang diyan mo sa letter B ang answer karon kung i-shuffle na siya mag-preview lain do dayaan nga placement. So hindi do that sa ikaduha. Basta naka-shuffle siya, shuffle order. So the same thing with this one. Kung naka-shuffle order man siya. Shuffle option. So example, answer is 2 series test equivalency and programming. Blank test. Then picture frame. Then scoreboard test. Lip sync test. So take note, blank test ang correct answer, letter B. The same thing sa diya sa babaw, letter B man. Pero as I've said, dapat naka-shuffle order. So pag copy-paste nyo nga daan, shuffle order na nga daan, yan, ano nyo, ang option. Para nga, if you're going to preview, okay, as you can see, ang blank test, hindi na siya sa ikaduwa. Ari na siya sa ikatatlo. Ikatatlo, yes. Diyon yung method of coding, ari man sa gyapon sa B, pero hindi niya man mabalaan nga dayan. So, pero diya sa aton tana, yung correct answer is sa ikaduwa, pero kung naka-shuffle order siya, gina-shuffle niya. So, para hindi ka mo do guys mabudlayan, magsagad, butang ka correct answer. Tandaan nyo lang, ang correct answer dyan nyo lang ibutang sa ikaduwa. Ang may green. Okay? So, all you have to do is to, basta naka-shuffle option lang diya, then duplicate this. Then, duplicate. Hasta kung pira kabilog ya, ano nyo, mamanaan nyo man gyapon kung pira ka items doon na obra nyo, kaya may kita ka mo dito total points, so. Iti, ang 1 point equivalent kay isa ka question. So, makita nyo man de, kung 30 items doon yun na obra ko, 60 items doon. Ako, actually, kung midterm, kaya ko mag-obra ka isa ka exam overnight. Or kung sa eskwelahan ako, bilog nga adlaw, pagkahapon, makaobrado ko isa ka subject nga mga 60 items. Or much, para safe pagid, samtang nga ano ka mo guys, himo ka module ninyo, or na butang ninyo ang module ninyo sa Google Classroom, himo do ka mo nga daan ka 10 items na question nga ready, para nga pag ninyo, pag abot doon naton sa midterm, hindi do ka mo mag-obra ka midterm exam, dayan do nga daan doon. So may na-prepare na ka mga 10 questions na ready for the midterm. So ang problema garing hay tatlo ka subject, lain-lain, laban-laban iawan gid kita kadya. Especially nga ang gin-assign ka na ako nga subject puro bag-o. So why gid dato na tuman tong request nga nagligad, although gintaon nanda ahead of time ang subject. Pero amo duman day problemahan ko kay maobra duman ako ka mga module, ka syllabus. So ang hindi ko daguro mahimo nga makatao ako exam nga dang himuon ko within sa week nga day Kay tiduro tatlo ka subject ang obrahon ko nga bag-o mo. So medyo iyaw-iyawan makugyapon. Pero why kot mahimo amo day subject nga gintao kanakon. So himuan ko gid. Pero kamo guys, kung the same subject ang nabuol ninyo sa department ninyo, kagin ahead pa kaninyo gintao, I think hindi ka mo kada maiyaw-iyawan doon mag-prepare ka 10 questions. Nga before midterm exam, himuon doon ang daan sa forms. Nga every week, makaobra ka 10 questions. Pag abot sa midterm, easy-easy ka doon. Hindi ka doon guro mag-problema ka midterm exam mo. Kahit naka multiple choice na ikaw nga dang mo. Pero in my case, I think I have to reconsult first my module before doing that. Pwede ko man siya gyapon obrahan, pero siguro limit ko siguro mga 7 questions kay yawan man ko. Tatlo ka subject nga bag-o, patsanay dumanda mo nga trabaho. So I was hoping the same subjects will be assigned to me. Unfortunately, one reason siguro is the change of curriculum. Kay last year, ang higher year lain anda nga curriculum, ang lower year lain man. So intindihan ko nga lain nga subjects. Pero I think I can imagine the bulk of the work na grabe duman ang obrahon. Pero sige lang, kaya nagmaestro gani kita, no? Pasalamat kita. Pasalamat kita gani nga may trabaho kita. So okay lang kanakon nga bago nga subjects. IT mo day trabaho naton. So but then there will be sleepless nights wherein you still have to create your syllabus, and then after that you have to create first your module for the week. Okay, what I'm trying to do is creating the module for in the weekends, Sabado, Domingo ko daw ginobra. Ay pagka Monday, supposedly ma-deploy ka doon ka module pagka Lunes. Kay usually dapat kada Lunes da gina-deploy yung module para pagka Friday makapasa doon yung students. Then pagka weekend, before kagali mag-obra ka module, mang-check ka anay gid. Chikan diligent kid ako karang una mang-check ka module pag-abot Sabado. Ugaring sa 3 ka subject, iawan ako. Basta nga, why ko na-checkan, igo ko ma-checkan kung midterm doon. Tiga-obra pa ko ka module mo. So, ang gaobra kita ko ka akong module, abi. Ang module nga halin sa ibang campus, kung hindi mo man abi doon hindi blaga kaangay bala sa subject ka way ka santo. So hindi ko although ginatamdan ko lang siya, pero maghambal bid nga ng obra ka module, tiyan mo day going back sa sa form, I know that you as much as possible you can prepare the midterm exam ahead using Google Form. So, lang ko medyo, din mo bala ginabuol ang exam mo sa module gid eh. Hindi ka man pwede abi ka butang ka exam nga why ga butang sa module. Ano to karon niya tamdan ka students naton. Karaway man da guys nga hambalan kita ka students nga dang why man to kita na ya question to sa module ano tay sir man dinandagi na pang buol pamangkot na sa midterm. So imbes nga buligan naton ng estudyante naton silutan pa naton why man to sa module ang module man lang yung gina-reviewhan nanda mo yung module man lang yung gina-reviewhan nanda. So dapat ang questions naton sa module naton gid magsanto ang tuya kita mabuol gid ka questions. So you can do the same technique guys. Samtang after nyo mag-obra ka module, ang sunod nyo obrahon will be at least mga 3 questions siguro per week or 3 to 7 questions. So you will find out eventually nga nagadugang hasta pag-abot sa midterm tawahay ka doon, hindi ka doon mag-obra. Pero na ko one time, ang sa first sem giday karang last year, ang problema ko amoda nga naga-cramming ako ka exam sa although online man gyapon exam ko, Google Form man gyapon. Nag-cramming ako kay why ako nag-obra at palyo ka to nga dang every week why ako nag-obra ka questions kay kung testingin niyo bala guys nga kung every week after creating the module maskin 3 questions lang or to 7 questions masupot eventually pag abot sa may 60 items ka doon nga midterm may 80 items gani ako last time naka 80 items ako kay duro-duro nga questions again nakaobra ako at duro nga questions. So depende man dadayon guys karon kung pira ka items ang questions ninyo kay can you imagine if 60 items 1 hour lang kaya da ka student nga sabtan multiple choices tanan 1 hour dapat 1 hour sarado doon yung yung form hindi do sanda pwede ka kapasa or ka pagkasunod duman if ever your item sa exam ninyo sa Google Form mga 80 items. So I think tawaan nyo man kaliway students. Kung 80 items akon ginatawan ko sanda 1 hour and 20 minutes para answeran. Kung mga 100 items So ang ginaobra ko 1.5 hour man nga ginataw ko nga leeway sa exam. After 1.5 hour, sarado doon day form. Hindi doon nanda pwede matandog or mapasa. Amo lang da guys ya ano naton, butangan naton ka time limit no ang Google Form. Kay ano para sa integrity ka exam naton. Iyawan kita ka obra ka exam 60 item nga exam gani sa ano iyawan ka doon. Naga ano do kiray mo ka pang ano ka question. Ako abi why ako naga-prepare ka exam mo mabudlay kita na. It's very hard nga i-prepare mo pa yung exam mo pero kung once nga example mabuol ka lang ka question nga sa module mo after mo maka-create ka module sa isa ka week ti okay gawa medyo hindi gawat mabudlay pero na tested and proven ko doon abi amo damo you don't need to cram makramming ka mo kag ang ano ka question is ano multiple choices. So there's I think mapaisip kid sanda maskin multiple choice. Kung open-ended question ang ibutang ninyo, manumdum man sanda gyapon. Kay bago nanda sabtan although multiple choice open-ended questions are very effective for ano for student delivery. Doon nagabuol lang sanda kami ano kadang board exam siguro. So ang style nga daan na actually na nabuol ko da karang una kay Dr. Rosie Liasus ang sa ano namon nga subject sa maghimo bala ka question sa dang ano ganito sa ang education subject namon kana karang una ang mag test and measurement sa test and measurement namon nga subject. So actually hambal nanda your influence sometimes kung mag ano ka mo ma-adapt nyo man bala ang kung ano nga style ka exam na so maskin multiple choice siya you can put depth to your questions so swerte lang gani sanda multiple choice gani anda no nga exam mapindot lang sanda kung ano 4 lang yung choices so tama kapos gid although manamdom man sa nagyapon kung ano ang type of question ang i-ano ninyo, ang ibutang ninyo dayan sa dang questions ninyo da. Before we continue, let me ask Anay, Doc Mirna, if you can follow our lecture today. Do you have any questions?
Okay.
So far? May badasig ako, hindi. Okay doon? Okay doon? Sige, sige. Amo daya mag-obra ka, ano, this is how are you going to create a Google form, no? So pira pa lang daya kabilog, 3. Kung multiple choice daya ano, that is multiple choice. What is the appearance of your question if you're going to consider check boxes? So kung check box amo na siya. So the same man ka ano, pero ang instead of this one, naga radio button ang choices, area check na lang. So kung check depende ka ninyo ma'am and sir kung ano ano ninyo gusto ninyo naka-check box siya or naka-radio button. Kung diin ka mo most comfortable or kung diin most comfortable ang students ninyo. Kung diin sanda comfortable. In my part, I think ang ako nga gina-practice ang sa radio button. So you can do checkbox, pwede. Now, what is the appearance kung ang drop down man siya? Kung drop down, yagwa na kada, may choices man kamo, pero pilion nanda sa scroll down. Like for example, na instead nga dang radio button nagapa mo ka dya i-choose nanda sa amo ka dya then pilion nanda diya sabat na then amo diya dang sabat don kung ano yagin pili nanda amo diya gwa na so this is Dropbox. Usually manotice ninyo guys ang sa co-op naton bala kag sa dang ano if you have choices nga dang within sa school ang ginagamit namon kada dang Dropbox lang ang gapa mo ka dya. Pero Ang ano bala naton to sa una sa cooperative last time. Amo dag itsura na. Ang sa ano naman, ang sa drop down gali. Kung file upload is gina-require kita nga mag-upload ka file. So this one, kung may attachments bala pareho sa dang drive naton. So amo day ginagawa. May mga grid man kita, no? Linear scale, multiple choice grid, checkbox. I-try nato na multiple choice grid kung ano itsura na. Sa multiple choice grid na doon mo daya go ano. Ang good daya sa sa mga survey, like for example, butang nyo ang assessment bala kadang speaker. Kung ma-notice ninyo to last time sa webinar naton, ang assessment naton sa ano sa speaker amo kada di ba? Satisfactory, very satisfactory, na something like that. Radio button lang yung napindot. So, you can experiment, guys. Kung ano yung gusto ninyo. Pero ako, I suggest, ano lang, multiple choice na lang kamo. Okay, it's much easier compared to other kind of ano. And mind you don't need to check the form. Automatically, pag submit ka kabataan sa multiple choice, insigida ang sabat dayan doon. So, automatic Paano? Adto ka mo liwat di sa settings. Kundi kagina sa quizzes, make it a quiz. Make it a quiz naton para mabutangan naton ka answer key, no? So, you can see here immediate after its submission, meaning to say, pag na-click nang datong submit button, i-click nyo daya, no? Pag na i-turn on, bali, pag na-submit nanda, sa multiple choice lang ha, sabat lagi, ang Google form, makitaan lagi nanda sa Google form ang score nanda kung pera, kung sala, kung hindi. Or kung pera ang scores nanda out of 60, pera na bolda out of 80, out of 100. Then, ang sa general configuration, if you want to collect emails, you just click this one. Pero ako, wala naman. Ang daya, limit to one response means limit to one response means sometimes mga marot ti estudyante naton kapira sanda mag-submit ka kadang ano ka form yung exam bala nato na. So i-click nyo for limit to one response so that hindi sunda sagad ka kadang respond. Isa lang ka isa lang ka grade ang pwede naton matao kananda. Hindi pwedeng kaduwa sanda mag-ball ka exam. And then for the restrict users, if you want to, ang daya is ang mga student naton nga mahilig bala hindi magamit ka .edu account. So kung strictuhan naton sanda hindi sanda kasulod or hindi ka buol ka exam, kung bukon .edu account yung gamito nanda, pwede man. I suggest i-restrict nyo sanda sirs and moms kainsa uso balaya cheating. So kung outside sa .edu ang isa lang ang .edu nandang account. So the pareho man ka fingerprint nga isa lang daya fingerprint naton, white unique nga fingerprint. Para nga hindi makontrol ang cheating nanda, hindi mo kun lain-lain nga pwede sanda ka ball ka exam na lain-lain email ad nanda mo. Di yun masala ka kada kay yung gid official nga email account yung ginagamit nanda. So para nga hindi ka doon problema, kay libog mo manda mo. Nga for example, si amo da nga ngaran nakaboldo ka exam insat nga may ikaduha pa tanang amo day na notice ko karang una. Para nga ma-limit na limit to one response and then .edu lang account yung gamito nanda. Hindi mo doon pwede ma-check ang edit after submit. Kay insa, kung makasubmit do sanda, pwede pa nanda maislan yung answer nanda. So hindi naton daya pag i-click dayaw na i-uncheck naton da. Pero this one I suggest i-click nyo gid dayang duwa. For presentation, your confirmation message, yung makita nanda sa confirmation message kung pag-submit nanda, your response has been recorded. Amo da. Pero kung gusto nyo i-customize ang daya nga message, pwede man. or sugpunan ninyo ang ano mo dayang response. Like for example, thank you for getting your midterm exam. God bless. Kamunda. Then, i-save nyo da. Then, amo da yung response ng datuya. Sa, if they're going to submit, malimit lang sanda sa isa ka form. Tapos, kung butangan nyo sanda ka time frame, hindi do sanda ka sa submit ka exam or hindi sanda dun ka bulk exam after 1 hour or 2 hours. Okay, so if you, kung mamangkot ka mo kanakon guys, din pwede ka butang ka timer sa exam. It's very, just a form. Atuduan ta ka mo. You go to here, some more. Then, click nyo add-ons. Okay. Then, sa add-ons, you select form limiter. Ang ginagamit ko is form limiter. Then, install. Continue. Then, ang imong account. Then, allow. Okay. So, form limiter has been installed. Done. Ari na. So, may form limiter na kita. Okay. Kung ma-notice ninyo, ang add-on na butang do diya sa may diyaw. Sa tupad sang customized theme. Yung purpose na kada is, kung madura man niya dang ano ninyo, ang limit ka time, pwede nyo maklik daya lagi. Click nyo, tapos form limiter. Then, you're going to set limit, no? For setting the limit, you have to select the limit type. Ang limit type natin is date and time or the number of form responses. Kay na gusto naton dapat ma-open kita ka form sa amod nga period ka time. Like for example, ang ano naton, ang exam naton is 12 o'clock, 10 o'clock or alauna karon 1 o'clock, no? So, hindi nyo doon pag-select gali a number of form responses kaya na-configure din ninyo kay ina di sa settings nga isa lang na daw limit to 1 response na hindi nyo do kinanglan dayang nga dang iset liwat sa dang number of form responses. Ang i-select ninyo is the date and time. So for the date and time, you can select the date. Like for example, ang date tulad is Friday the 13th August. Click nyo da. Then i-select nyo ang time. Ang time nga i-select ninyo is the end of the exam, hindi ang sa puno-puno ka exam. So sa end ka, again, sa end ka exam. So example, butang ko di alas 2 dayon PM. I-specify nyo gid kung AM or PM ha. Then set. Then save and enable. Insa nga alas 2 again pili ko nga time. Hay alauna ako matao ka exam. Alauna ako matao ka exam. Then ma-end ako alas 2, isa ka oras. I-ano nyo gid, i-assert nyo sa students ninyo nga guys, before 2 o'clock, kinanglan mapasa nyo doon yung form nyo kanakon. Kung hindi ka mo kapasa, mapatyan ka mo ka form, maanuan ka mo ka limit, hindi ka mo doon ka send kanakon ka exam. So, hindi nyo doon masend liwat kanakon. Hindi nyo gid pag i-open liwat ang form. Insa, marot-marot yung estudyante, nakita na doon yung exam mo. So, kung nakita na doon yung exam mo, na doon yung answer. May possibility nga, pwede na islan, kag pwede na hambalan ang email na nga amo daya exam ni sir. So, paano nyo ma-evaluate? Amo da nga, why ako naga-problema ka estudyante ko, maskin online yung exam ko, kaya amo daya ginahimo ko. Magambal pag i-style pag inanda kada, why sanda nagapasa on time, tapos pagkasunod nga adlaw ipapasa. Why ko duda gina-open? Hindi ko duda pag i-open ng link nga da. Kay manan ko nga ga-cheat sanda. So yung ginaobra ko, gahimo ko kabag-o nga link ka exam, nga inog tao kananda. Why do ko gaobra ka bag-o nga exam? Ay ti patay timo doon, guys. Ang obrahon mo bag-o nga link. So himuan mo ka bag-o nga link ang Google Form mo nga daya nga nagpasa ka nanda. So hindi not the same link nga dang daya Hindi doon amo kada nga link. Ang ginaobrahan ko ka bag-o nga form. So gina-copy paste. So yung ginaobra ko kada kundi may exam do kita dio. So like for example, kundi tapos do kita kadang ka-schedule ka time. Okay na. Para nga hindi na mamanaan nga pareho yung exam mo, pero lain niya link, yung ginaobra ko, game mo ko liwat ka bago nga form. Blanco gina siya, guys. Tapos, gina-copy ko lang ang title na diyo. Copy. Then i-paste ko lang na di sa media. Pero ginabutangan ko sa punta set B. Set B na siya. Kay lain ang form nga dyan, lain man ang form nga bago nga ginobra ko. Set B na siya. Then ang questions, paano nga liwaton nyo? Hapos-hapos lang. I-import nyo lang, guys. Kita nyo din sa babo, add questions, di ba? I-delete mo daya anayo. Tapos why gid dapat ang sa import questions, i-import nyo lang tanan nga question. Kundi amo daya first nga exam nato kay kaginang ginobra. I-click nyo lang da siya. Pag-click mo, select all ha. Pagka-select all, import mo lang na siya. Then, i-check mo ang content ka exam. Ang diya, dapat naka-shuffle man gyapon na. So, ang lain do daya nga form, lain do man daya nga form. Okay? So, duwa do bali kabilog ya exam mo, pero lain nga link na to avoid cheating. So, ang taon nyo sa ikaduwa nga batch nyo atong set B, hindi ang daya. Hindi ang daya. Marot man niya estudyante, so dapat marutan man naton. Kinanglan naton nga ma-preserve ka questions. Aton nga questions, aton nga dang integrity ka exam ninyo. Kay kabudlay mag-obra ka exam tapos babuyon lang nanda ka cheating. So hindi pwede. So dapat man naton daya. Then the duration of the exam, you have to observe duration of the exam. Like for example, kung matao ko exam this day, why ako daga tao ka exam sunod nga day? Hulaton ko da sanda guys. Buol ka mo ka exam 1 week after or 2 weeks after. Kay manan nyo kung tagaan nyo sa ka-exam today kag ang tagaan nyo sa exam today and then tomorrow, what will happen is maano nandaya questions, maabot nandabla or ma-refresh nandaya questions nga kagapon di same man nga question. So para nga ma-validate ninyo yung ka exam nga hindi gid nanda gid. Kay medyan nga estudyante nga smart sanda, ginapicturean da nanda yung questions sa ninyo. So dapat after the exam, disable gida dapat yung inyong form. That's why nga kinanglan ma-time limit gid. Kay sometimes ginapicturean na kadang cellphone sa laptop, especially kung laptop yung ginagamit nanda So amo degwa na. I hope that naka-share ako kaninyo ka tips kung paano validity ka examination sa Google Form. Nami gid ya Google Form pero may mga limitation man da. So dapat naton gid kung pwede naton himuon, at the same time pwede naton i-configure. So diyan mo lang dala sa settings tandaan nyo lang. Kung gusto nyo mag-quiz, dapat naka-make a quiz daya ha. Then immediately after submission kay para ma-ball ng daya grade after nila click ka submit. For general, restrict lang sa ISCOF sa .edu and then limit to 1 response. Actually, you don't need to collect emails kay may pangalan na sila sa dia. Kada to, nagabutang ako ka emails, nagakolek ako ka emails, waay ko nabutangan gali ka daya. Uri ko lang natalupangdan nga mabudlay gali. Ti syempre, karang mga nauna kitang mga months ka pandemic, wala patanat pareho kadaya. So nagsala gid ako, trial and error gid nga process. Iyawan gid ko ka pang check na kung instead nga maghapos sobra ako nagbudlay pa. Kay wala ako mabutangan kadaya guys, so importante daya. Kung in white ngaran gani why sa nakabutang ka ngaran, hindi nyo pag i-accommodate. Iti sino nga talpulano tawaan nyo ka grade kung white pangalan. Do mo daw. Ako padungulan nanda ako why ko doon lang sa pack doon. Ay nakon mas stress lang ko. Ti kung ano lang diyan nga data, pwede ko maano, mo lang dagi na gradean ko. Wala tanda kon ano diyan. Kung hindi matanda ka, ano iti nahimo mo doon yung best mo bala. Ti kinanglan pa bala nga ano nanda ikaw. Ang isa pa is ang sa Google groups gali, FB group. If ever your students, ako I don't accept students nga bukod tuod nanda nga ngaran nga ginabutang nanda. Ay ti example, mailig na sana magbutang kada mga karakter sa cartoons kag ano mo. Ti sino ya gridan mo dang karakter ka cartoons dang ngaran dapat anaya dang ngaran nanda nga gina ano ninyo gina ano nanda gina recognize ko lang nga student ko ang may full name nanda gid. So like for example kung ang pangalan nanda is Fernando, yanda nga apelyido Amorsolo. Si Fernando Amorsolo amo lang diagridan ko. Eh kung makita ko takon nga si ang sino day Ferdinand Watusi. Ti sino nga estudyante nga naka-enroll nga may ngaran Ferdinand Watusi. Why ko da guys gina-accept sa FB group. Hay ti hindi sino ya sokton mo ka grades ano ya ana nga ano. So amo da bala ang budlay do nga daan yung trabaho naton pabudlayan pagita ka estudyante naton maskin ngaran nanda hindi eksakto balay ginatao nanda. So do ka ano ako I don't mind it pero I find it irritating lang. Mag-amo da usually kung makalusot man sa FB group gina-out ko da, gina-kick ko pagwa. Ay tiway takot estudyante nga si amo dat pangalan mo ya akon tanang estudyante nga gintao kanakon ka registrar kag kay Ma'am Ann sa records nanda si amo day nga ngaran nga tawo. So the same thing with the exam, you will really find it difficult nga kung ngaran ka estudyante ninyo bukon itudtuod nanda nga ngaran sa exam. Ay ti sino ya gridan mo kagasala ka o kapasanto kung sino da nga ngaran. So that is one also of the things that you need to consider. And hopefully, at the beginning pa lang ka semester, ipasikto nyo doon sa kananda nga amo da ngaran nanda gid nga tudtuo di gamito nanda. So the same thing that they need to use their Google Workspace nga dang Gmail account ang .edu naton. The same thing man nga gamito nanda ang tudtuod nanda nga ngaran sa mga exams kag mga kag mga requirement ninyo kung sa Google Groups or sa FB group or sa Google Form. So I don't know if I share the same sentiment with you. I am hoping all of these things ngin hambal ko tulad maka ano ka naton bulig man gin-share ko lang gid ako nga experience about mag-imo ka exam kag kung paano siya himuon or i-limit ang examination. Now before we take a break, it's almost lunch time. I think we need to to freshen up at the same time to do other chores and then to eat lunch of course. Before we do that, let me ask Anay if you have clarifications or questions regarding Google Forms. Please ask questions so that I can get to you and suggest whatever things that you need to know about Google Forms. Kung pamangkuton nyo ko, kung mabudlay maghimo form, tama gid ka budlay. Pero ginahimo ko dakon gabi. Gaobra lang ko exam gabi or sa eskwelahan, gabalik ako sa school. Yes, Doc Joy, something that boggles your mind.
Okay lang sir Okay lang kami sa Google Form kay daw familiar naman ta kay ginahimo ta naman na last semester pa.
Yes. Ang ano lang, Doc Joy, may mga problema ka mo na encounter sa Google Form, mag-obra. Ang signal lang amo lang daya ka ano nyo.
So far, ang problem lang gid last sem nga gareklamo lang mga bata nga hindi nila ma-access tungod siguro nga nila nga gadgets na ginagamit bala hindi bala
yes.
compatible sa mga amo na. And then nagareklamo sila nga may time limit bala kita. Iti ang iba nagasaka pa sa kabukiran para may kasignal lang mga amo na bala nga mga problem.
Oo.
Iban, wala mga kuryente, hindi sila ka-charge, mga amo na ba. Di syempre, ginatagaan, tagid man na time limit mo ang pag-submit nilang deadline, bala may deadline.
Yes.
Ha? But
may time limit
amo
din
lang
man.
problema, sir. Amo lang na ang problema, nag-ayo sila nga basi pwede nga sa sunod lang inadlaw sila mag-submit, bangod nga wala sila signal. Amo na, sir, problema.
Ate, sige ma'am. Okay. I think kinanglan ninyo lang siguro mag-istoryahanay ka students, no? And ang exam abi is different from quizzes. So you can do the quizzes overnight, pero ang integrity examination dapat may time gid tanagid. So I think para mas siguro convenient sa tanan, hindi ka mo maghatag examination kung gabi siguro, no? I think ang exam ninyo should be on time nga advantageous kanimo and sa student. Yes, ma'am.
My experience ko sir last semester, actually ang akon gani nga nga quiz lang to ha. Ang quiz ko gani sa ila ginbutang ko nga deadline kay tigin na consider taman sila. Ginbutang ko man gani 4 hours gani mo to submit deadline nila. But then nagreklamo pa sila, ginreklamo ako sa din namon kay gin-call ang attention ko. So amo ni bilang problema ang ginpaabot ko man kay Dr. Ligasan nga ang tanan nga ginahatag nga training sa aton, gina-implement gid tani, nagahatag gid kita tani ano nga i-implement naton. O galing mo na ang mga rason and the problema pa kay daw ikaw palain kung isa. Kay why ikaw konsiderasyon sa mga kabataan. But then kung dito sila pagtagaan deadline, hindi ta madisiplina mga bata. So like for example,
Yes.
subong may OJT ako, may classroom kami, nga dira ko sila gina-update every day sang ila accomplishment. So hambal ko every day dapat ma-submit accomplishment. So may ara nga mga bata hambal nga ma'am wala kami hindi kami ka-access, pero wala ko gina-ignore ko. So subong gahatag man sila, ga-submit man sila. So bot silingon kung paluwag-luwagan tani sila, bala nila ang opportunity nga
Yes.
sila nga okay lang but now hamba ko sa ila mag-enroll ka mo i-condition nyo ang self nyo nga amo na tani subong sa new normal so dapat may ara na dito.
Yes. And thank you Doc Joy for sharing that, no. Kay I think sa iban nga department the same man siguro ang experiences nanda. And sa amon di same man pareho gid kita Doc Joy, no, sa amo nga topic about sa time putting up the time constraints for all I think you can be more stricter with time if ever sa examination kay I think exam na it's a different matter mo. Sa mga requirements, okay, you can talk about it. They can submit for next day, next week, or whatever. Pero kung exam, I think time limit should be observed. Pero I think you should put ang exam ninyo sa tiyempo nga advantageous kananda. So kung halin sanda sa bukid, madulhog sanda amo da oras, ti alas 9 araw pa, alas 9:30, hindi ka kadulhog sa patag nga may signal. I think that is very doon siguro So I know nga why kita sa shoes nanda. Pero as you said, kung hindi naton da paghimuon, why kita direction. So I think hindi man siguro kita nga grabe gid nga may pasunaid man siguro Hindi man nga dang hugot-hugot gid nga istriktuhanay. Pero at least ang mahambal naton nga may integridad ang pag-obra ka grades. Kay ang grades hindi lang man lango-lango daya nga ano, kag hindi man lang mo ginapalagpatan daya. So I think you just see, no, we'll just see if you just wait on some considerations at the same time your own judgment on how to do this. So what I'm presenting lang is the techniques or the some methods that you can apply to lessen the things that ano ang nagahinder kaninyo. At the same time mapapos ang trabaho naton. Okay, remember we don't have the go signal for face to face pa for this sem. So it's hard. It's really hard. That is why we must select the best method that we can find, and training will provide us with the adequate learning nga pwede naton ma-choose to ano. So what else do we need to consider on other aspects, Abi, of the ano ang gin-discuss naton? Ang Gmail hapos lang na siya. Ang Google Meet kag Zoom, I think everybody is doing that. So you can create your own Zoom ano, and then you can have a video lang gid. Ang sa Google Meet naton tulad what we're doing is Google Meet na. So all you have to do is to consult your calendar. Mapa-Zoom man siya or mapa Google Meet. I-schedule nyo sa calendar, Google Calendar, para hindi ka mo mabudlayan, guys. Amo lang gid ka simple. So I hope Doc Mirna has learned something kung paano maghimo ka forms, kag kung ano yung mga basics. Doc Mirna, if you have problems pa, you can just tell me. And please, if you practice gid kay mo ka Google Form, no. Also, i-replay taman daya ang video nga dya. You can refer to this demonstration sa Google Forms. And then ISCOF-CARES also has a video halin kay Sir Woods about Google Forms. So you can actually see that on Google ISCOF-CARES nga YouTube channel. And Doc Mirna, you can also see the video of this, ang demonstration ko. I will post this in the internet so that you can see man, pwede mabalikan mo kag lantawan ang steps kung paano mag-configure ka Google Forms. So thank you so much for attending. I would like to ask you to open your your camera please for attendance. Sige doon, palihog. Para nga ang last kagapon way kita kamo ka dyan, gina-require kami abi ka attendance. Pamatuod lang nga nag-attend kita ka meeting. Doc Enturo way pa si Doc Enturo Sige doon palihog lang, dali lang gid. For attendance lang. Ay, ari si Doc Enturo. Sir, thank you. Sige. Doc Joy, Doc Enturo, sir, please open your camera. Doc Joy, can you open your camera please for documentation only? Sorry gid dang langged dang kinanglan abi daya sa sa dang documentation i-paste ko lang gid sana naton sa day 2 attendance. Dali lang gid guys. Doc Joy, can you open your camera please? This is for This is for documentation purposes. Yeah. Why na? Sige. Another guys, one more. Friend screen. Okay, so thank you so much for attending. See you later this afternoon sa PM session. I think may isa pa kita ka topic na missed out, and then if you have inquiries sa mga past natin activity, we can still discuss it. So thank you. Yeah, you're welcome. Gid. So see you this I think 1:30 na lang, or gusto niyo much ma-relax kita. 1:30, can we do 1:30? Okay, gid 1:30.
Okay lang.
Sige. 1:30 kita karon liwat. so that may time pagid kita nga maka ano gid. So thank you. Stop ko na ang recording. And then thank you so